Hi, my name is Rich Erickson, and I'm a proud graduate, 1964, and I think our graduating class was right short of 300 people. Lots of highlights. I played baseball 1 year, my freshman year. After that, I did track for 3 years, and the rest of the time I played football for 4 and basketball. So we were always busy, never got into trouble, had a lot of fun. I played on some real good teams, played with some great guys. Uh, my senior year, we moved into the Upstate 8 Conference, and the rules were we weren't going to do very well, but we managed to be co-conference champions, and we won the regional championship that year. And it was great. Highlights, of course, being named All-State quarterback was a great highlight. I practiced hard, I played hard. I dated the homecoming queen, who was also the captain of the cheerleading squad. How about that? Boy, there's so many, but one of my favorite stories, I think, is thinking about Coach Dick Smith, who was one of last year's inductees. And Smitty was just a great coach, but I was in study hall with him my sophomore year, and was playing sophomore football, and he'd take me out of class, and we'd sit and we'd go through the game plan. And it taught me a lot about preparation, which I think about who influenced you in your life. And I'm a big plan preparation guy, and being in construction, that's important. But Dick was just great. He made me think. He trusted me with my decisions, but he really worked me through what he was trying to accomplish, which was a great lesson for me. This is really a hard one because it seemed like all I did was play sports. But all the events we did have around campus were fun. And unfortunately, my senior year, President Kennedy was assassinated. I was in physics class, and I think it's a day we'll all remember. I think we hung out a little bit. They probably sent us home and made for a challenging long weekend for all of us. Lots of advice. I think a lot about emotional intelligence now, and really your own self-awareness. Sometimes at that level, I remember before games, I get sick to my stomach, choke. There is going to be a tomorrow. Maybe don't take it so seriously, but in life, it's very important to know yourself, keep moving ahead, and manage your emotions. Sure, after graduating from Naperville in 1964, I was fortunate to get an athletic scholarship to the University of Illinois. And as I left home that fall, I really didn't know what I wanted to study because I thought I'd play football forever. And I asked my dad, and my dad said, well, you're good at math and science, be an engineer. So I got into engineering, eventually got into civil engineering, had a great experience at Champaign, great professors. My first job out of college was working for construction companies on the West Coast. Really liked that a lot, enjoyed construction. 1973, I relocated back to Chicago, and at that time I had the good fortune to go to work for my present employer, a W.E. O'Neill Construction Company based in Chicago. Since that time, I've done a lot of things for them. In 1985, I relocated to the West Coast and started our company on the West Coast. In 2002, I was promoted to Chief Executive Officer of the parent company. And so it's been a good run, lots of great experience. Have built a lot of fun buildings, exciting buildings. We're disappointed we didn't get to build the Naperville High School, but that's okay. But it's a fabulous place. With O'Neill, I had the opportunity to get my second degree. I went back and got an MBA at the executive program at the University of Chicago, which has really been invaluable to me. So it's great to be back. Have a great daughter, Claire, who works for PayPal in San Francisco. One child, but that's a great kid, great experience. So that's what I've done.
I am Sunny Steck, and I graduated in 1991. Go Redskins! And we had around 650 in our class. I played soccer, a couple years of volleyball, and did gymnastics. And the biggest highlight that I think comes to mind is winning the state meet on floor my senior year. Team-wise, we built school spirit by doing signs on our lockers, and we had pep rallies, and we used to decorate sometimes we decorate our cars for the football games, and just red and white all the way. It was a fun school to be a part of as far as sports and all those rallies we had. The one highlight that I can think of is the senior overnighter. The parents worked hard putting all that together, and it was just a great time had by all, getting all of us seniors together for the night and just spending time together. That was a highlight that I can remember. The advice I would give would be, first of all, give yourself a chance by doing as well as you can in school. Give it your all. Work as hard as you can in your studies. And the other thing is try to reach out to those that aren't in your circle of friends. There's a lot of neat people around you, and if you just reach out to those that aren't in that circle that you always hang out with, you might meet somebody really, really fun and really neat.
My name is Elizabeth Clem. In high school, my last name was Gower. I graduated in 1999. When I graduated, my graduating class was around 620 kids. I played volleyball in high school. My highlight was probably our whole senior season. We were undefeated the entire season all the way up to the state final, so we ended up being runner-up, which was a bad way to end the season, but we had some incredible wins and along the way, and that was probably the highlight of my athletic career in high school. Throughout each season, we had several school assemblies where there was kind of a pep rally for athletics, and I think just kind of participating in that and going on and cheering other teams playing sports was how I went about to help build school spirit. The non-athletic highlight of my high school was probably graduating. It was a lot of work, both in the classroom and playing volleyball, and it was just nice to be done and be finished and moving on to the next step in my life. There are several of my high school teammates that I played club volleyball with, and so we spent a lot of time together. We knew each other very well, and I would say my most favorite memory of athletics at high school was, one of them is we would always get together and we'd TP our high school coach, Mr. Garrison, every year, once a year, and he was always told us not to do it, but I think he secretly liked it. And we always had fun. There was one year where one of the girls got pulled over, and we had all this toilet paper in the back of our car, and she was telling the police officer that no, we weren't going to go TP anyone, and our mom just made us go buy toilet paper, and it was just kind of a memorable way to go about toilet paper, TPing your coach. So the advice I would give to myself at 17 would be just that all the hard work is worth it. I mean, most of my high school time, I remember I was either in the volleyball gym or staying up late doing homework because I was so busy with volleyball, that just all the hard work in the end, it really does pay off. That developing a good work ethic, and doing well in school will really set you up to have whatever opportunities you want later in life.
I'm Ellen Stonebreaker, and I was in the class of 1997, and the class size was just about 800 students. I was a swimmer, and one of the highlights of my 4 years at Naperville Central was being a state champion my freshman year in the Turner Freestyle. And I think it was one of my favorite moments because it was a time when I sort of exceeded my expectations, so it was really a turning point in my swimming career. I've always set high expectations for myself, but in that race I even exceeded those, so it was a really great moment. So to build school spirit, we always had assemblies and things like that to get ready for the big football games, lots of things before dances and things like that, but you know, it was the little things that I think meant the most, the locker signs before swim meets and being able to wear our warm-ups before state. Those types of things I think got everybody really excited. So our coach, John Carlson, I think if you asked any swimmer, they have very fond memories of John, and we always kind of gave him a hard time, and he was a little bit of a pushover, I would say, but we had so much fun with him, and he gave us everything. He had so much heart, and I think we wanted to do better for him and to give him a little bit of success because of everything that he put into it. So he's just a great person, and he really shaped me not only as an athlete but as a person. I'd say one of the highlights, and most people probably say this as well, but would be prom my senior year. Had a great group of friends, some were swimmers, some weren't, and we sort of made it so that everybody went together in a big group, and it was just a really great way to kind of cap off 4 years together, and it was sort of the start of the long goodbye before we all went our separate ways, but it was just a really great weekend and great time to spend with friends. So my advice for my 17-year-old self would be to just stay curious and really seek out what are those things that I'm passionate about in life. I was certainly passionate about swimming and passionate about doing well in school, but swimming only lasts so long and sport only lasts so long, and so I think it's really important to continue to explore what else is out there in life. Because when swimming's over, then you have a whole lot of life ahead of you and a lot of time to pursue those passions. So I went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison and swam 4 years there as well. During that time, I was a 12-time All-American. I was a member of the U.S. national team for a couple of years, part of an American record relay. Right. I went to the Olympic trials. I was a finalist in the Turner Freestyle in the Olympic trials, and narrowly missed the team in 2000. It was less than a tenth of a second, but still a great achievement.
I'm Judy Potter Shull. I started teaching at Naperville Central in 1972 and retired in 2002. I started, my first coaching experience at Central was girls track. There was no girls track team, and the girls came and asked me if I would help them start a team and be their coach. So I agreed, and the rest was history. I did that for about 9 years. Then I started coaching tennis, did that for 26 years. Retired from tennis coaching and started coaching badminton. Did that for 6 years. So athletics, it's been a very important part and a wonderful experience for me as a coach. My athletic background, I guess, started with my older brothers. My oldest brother was a very good tennis player, and I followed him wherever he went, so it was to the tennis courts. So that's how I was first introduced to tennis. My parents played. We lived near a golf course, so would do that, but pretty much as the little sister with two older brothers, that was my introduction to sports. And as I went through school, there were no girls' sports. In high school, there was intramurals. In college, So it really was not much of a venue there for girls' sports as it is now. To promote team spirit, and with our team building, we would, we had Little Sister, Big Sister. We did, lots of little things that created a team spirit, I think. We always started the season with a car wash, and it was more about the girls working together and getting to know each other than it was about earning money. And then, as the season would go on, we would have contests on Friday afternoons and who could hit the tennis can and win a candy bar or something, just little things. But I tried to always have something different going on and things that were fun. To me, you worked really hard, but you needed to find the fun in it too. So that's what we tried to have the right mix of that. I think, to pick things that you enjoy, things that are fun to you, work hard, find the fun in it, don't get too caught up in how you do, wins and losses, things like that. It's just kind of taking one thing at a time, and how things fall, that's the way it is. So just have fun with it. I always think you need to really love the sport. Like tennis, I still play tennis all the time, and I just like it. It's just fun, and that's what I always hoped in coaching, to, for the girls to find that. So at 17, hopefully the girls on the team found that for them.
I am Tyler Turnquist. I graduated in 1994. Graduating class was 677. I believe the enrollment at Naperville Central at that time was about 2,400. I played football, basketball, and baseball all 4 years at the varsity level, junior and senior year. Football, my biggest highlight was scoring an 80-yard touchdown on the opening play in the regional game against Joliet. Basketball, the highlight or the low light was losing a 23-point lead against Friend in the Super Sectionals at Northern Illinois to get downstate. And baseball, I would put it at beating, I believe it was Fremd again in the sectional finals. We lost to them our junior year in baseball, and I lost as a starting pitcher. Came back and beat them the following year as a senior. Building team spirit, I came in as a Redskin and left as a Red Hawk. So it was a pivotal time in my career as a athlete in or at Naperville Central. So building team spirit and being a captain on all three sports as a junior and senior, it was, I thought, my duty and responsibility and honor to lead the team, be a team player, and do as much on the field as I did off the field. I think more than just a story about the coaches and teammates that I had here, I obviously met very many throughout all three sports. But I think the most memorable is I got to work with Coach Kramer, who is still here, his first year coaching basketball at Naperville Central. Coach Stein as a sophomore, and he is now the varsity coach. Coach Stock is obviously my brother-in-law, so being a part of the baseball family here at Naperville Central is still a very big highlight. High school non-athletic highlight is a very easy one for me. I was lucky enough to meet my beautiful wife Sarah in the old wing of Naperville Central in 1992. We've been married 13 years, and our 13-year anniversary was this last week, so it's a very exciting week for me. What I would tell myself is that I've got a whole lot to learn, but I've got a long time to do it. And I'd also say that these are some of the best years of your life, so make sure that you take some time to appreciate them. Thank the people that have helped you along the way, friends, family, teammates, and coaches, and make sure that they know that they mean quite a bit to you. And if you can, take some time to stop and think about it because it goes really quick.